Hello. Welcome to our Tuesday night Team Hustle and Heart Team Huddle. I'm really excited to do this tonight. I have not been feeling well all weekend, and so I was just pumped to have my girl Kylie to help me out with tonight and to share just some really amazing tips. And her and I are going to also talk just a little tiny bit because this girl did her 4-in-1 last month, and I am so proud of her. And so we're going to be talking about a few things. But Kylie, if you want to go ahead, unmute yourself, just a teeny intro. This is our team. I'm sure most people will know you, but just a little bit of an intro for who you are, and then tell us how you got this opportunity, and then give us all the things. Just roll right into it.
Okay. Hi, you guys. Happy Tuesday. I'm so glad that you guys are here. I'm Kylie Pops. My lifetime rank is Emerald. Been pushing for Diamond for a really long time, and I'm still here. I started back in 2018. And it was December of 2018. So this is like my third year month. So I'm super excited about that. And I've just been through all the ups and downs. When I started this business, I was working 50 to 60 hours as a full-time CMA at the hospital. And I was 8 months pregnant, okay? Like weeks away from pushing out a baby. And so this just kind of fell into my lap, and I didn't want to put on another uniform after working 50 to 60 hours. So I decided to jump in. I went Ruby in like my first 3 months, like my first 90 days, I went Ruby. And then it took me like a whole year to go Emerald. And now I'm still pushing for Diamond. I'm a military spouse. I have a daughter, I have a dog, and I love this team. Is there anything else?
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about how because we haven't even like officially shared like what you're going to be talking about. So talk a little bit about how you got the opportunity that you got, and then just how that was, and then you can just roll right into like all the things. I know you have like tons of notes, so just go right into it.
Okay, cool. I think Hope actually sent the Zoom. Cheyenne Knox had Rachel Jones and Amy Spence, and there might have been like one more top leader on that Zoom, but it was like a pre-season Zoom that Cheyenne Knox was hosting. And this is the power of being on Zoom. Now, obviously, we cannot all be on every single Zoom every single minute of the day, but I'm telling you, if you see the top leaders posting like they're going to get on a Zoom, you should be on, you guys, because if I was not on that Zoom, I would not have had this one-on-one with Amy Spence. So Amy Spence was talking to us, bringing the fire, and she was like giving us a challenge. She was like, I dare you. And she was talking about how all of us have these negative thoughts, right? Like drop a 1 if you have negative thoughts. If you've ever had negative thoughts, if you have negative thoughts on the daily, we all have them, okay? And she gave us this exercise, and she was like, look, what I want you to do, for anyone who does this exercise, you're going to get a one-on-one Zoom with me. And I was like, bet. So she was like, I want you to spend, this was on a Friday night. She was like, I want you to spend the rest of the weekend, grab a notebook. Every single time that you have a negative thought, literally write it down. Do not judge yourself. Do not stop yourself. Any negative thought. Now, Kylie Pops. Oh, did I freeze?
I can hear you, but you froze for a second.
Can you all hear me?
Ooh, you're back. Yeah.
Okay, we're back. Sorry. Now Kylie Pops, like what, 2 years ago, even a year ago, probably would have had the entire notebook filled out. Okay. So I was really surprised with myself, but at the same time, I knew that I was doing this exercise. So I got about 3/4 of a page, and that took the entire weekend. So on Monday, that following Monday, I reached out to Amy, and I was like, look here, this is some of the stuff on here is like really embarrassing, but I'm sending it to you, and I'm hoping you'll schedule a Zoom with me. And she did, you guys, and it was just so incredible. Like, I never thought. And I'm just telling you right now, that is the power of being on a Zoom, because that was up for grabs for anyone. And yeah, it was just so good. So I'm going to start rolling into the notes that I took. They are so messy. They're all over the page because I was trying to write every single word. I was like, Amy Spence is talking, I'm trying to write. So the first thing that she mentioned was distributors, right? Because that's how we build our teams. And she was like, look, I'm not going to like tell you what I'm about to tell you to like show off. I just want you to see the numbers and how it plays out. And she signed 18 distributors last month. And you're like pooping your pants. You're like, oh dear Lordy, 18 distributors. But you guys check it out. Only 7 of them out of those 18 distributors are even talking to her. And out of those 7, only 3 are doing their daily tasks. So 18, like 3 out of 18. Okay. So that, I think that is why like the top leaders explain, like, no, you want to enroll as many, because, sometimes it really is a numbers game. She said the magic number, like the sweet spot, for me, I guess right now, is between 5 to 7. So she said your magic number is going to be between 5 to 7. Now, I know this was like a one-on-one and like very specific to me, but I really feel like these things that she talked about, we could all use this. So 5 to 7 is like a magic number. And of course, you guys, she talked about host to post. She talked about host to post like 90% of our call. And it's not just doing host to post, it's being like so freaking consistent with host to post. And she asked me, like, how many are you getting up? And so a little bit of background, I was scared. How many of you guys have ever been scared or overwhelmed with host to post? Drop a 2. I'm going to drop a 2 because Lordy, I get so overwhelmed very easily with all the host to post and the comments and making sure I'm sending them the right message, right? So I told her, I was like, look, it took me a really long time to like not be so afraid of host to post, but if and when I am staying consistent, I can get up like 50 in a week, like 5 to 10, every single day, like giveaway. And she's like, okay, but is that every single week, Kylie? And I was like, no, it's not every single week. And she's like, you have to be consistent with it. So be consistent with your host to post. That was like her main thing, right? And we all know that Amy Spence has that YouTube video training on host to post. So you can just go to YouTube, type in Amy Spence host to post. We have it. Ask in the chat, we'll send it. And she also said, so we make a bait post for a host to post, but we should also be asking, and not just asking the people who are active, like go through your friends list and like start from like oldest, work your way down. She's like, you have to ask literally every single person on your Facebook. And she was like, keep track of it, keep track of your host to post, make sure you're staying organized, and just keep your focus on host to post. I think there's just this, when we're looking at a daily task list, and we, all of the tasks on there, we should be doing on us every single day. But like, this is coming from Amy Spence, you guys. She said TikToks and Reels, they're extra. Like they are extra. Your messages, your inbox, your host to post, your posting, and you're growing your network. Like that is the income producing activities. Really, truly. So she said TikToks and Reels are extra. And I was like, okay, whatever you were saying, Amy Spence, I'm writing this down. A really cool tip that I did not even realize about Host to Post is, I pray and I pray and I pray. I'm like, Lordy, please, with this giveaway Host to Post, okay, I just pray that there's going to be 100 comments. Like, I pray about it, you guys. And then there's 100 comments and I freeze, okay? Most of the time. Working on it, work in progress, okay? But Amy Spence said something really, really cool. She was like, what is making you freeze? What is making you stop? Like, what is making you so overwhelmed? And I'm like, I just have this feeling of urgency that I have to get back to 100 people like yesterday. You know what I mean? And I know Host to Post can like feel that way sometimes. But she gave me an example and she said, let's say your friend Teresa, she posted a giveaway Host to Post for you and it got 100 comments and it was exactly what you wanted. And she was like, what are you going to do? And I was like, well, I'm going to go reply back to all of those comments and make sure those people are messaging me giveaway. And she was like, all 100? So your one friend, Teresa, you're going to have 100 of Teresa's friends. She was like, don't you think that would be a lot easier if you got up 9 more giveaway Host to Post so that you're dipping into more networks? And I was like, oh my gosh, you're totally right. She was like, Kylie, I don't get to every comment on every single giveaway post. I don't comment and reply back to all of the comments that are on that giveaway post. She was like, normally what I do is once they post for me, I'm going to be the first one to comment. And just for everybody else who comments after, they're going to see, send me a friend request, message me, giveaway. So that way, hopefully, everybody commenting is already going to see what they need to do. And I was like, wow, that's really smart. So giveaway Host to Post, non-negotiable, 10 a day. That's like straight from Amy Spence. She said, nothing but giveaway. Nothing but giveaway. This is going to grow your network so fast that when you are making your life post and you are making your product posts every single day, your simple post, your whole entire like new network is going to have eyes on that. So don't worry about the product Host to Post. Don't worry about the DT Host to Post, because now this is another fear that I'm working on over here. Once they put up that giveaway Host to Post, you're not done. Okay. You have to go back to every single person who posted for you and you have to ask about the business. Don't even ask about the products, ask about the business. And, I was not doing this for a really long time. I'm still not consistent with it. This is something that I am personally working on myself. I want to get over that fear of going back to the people and asking them about the business. So then she also talked to me about how I'm hot and cold. She was like, you cannot have just 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You really have to be all in. You're in limbo, and that is your choice. How many of you guys feel that way? Have you ever felt that way about your business, where you're just kind of going through the motions? You're like, well, I hope this works. Half in, half out. So she was like, it's a choice, Kylie. Like, you were truly making that choice. And I was like, man, and sometimes it feels like it's a very subconscious choice. Like, I don't even realize that I'm in limbo. I don't even realize that I'm hot and cold. So she was like, Kylie, get your booty all in. Another thing was she talked about how once you make that decision, you have made that choice that you are all in, you have to do the actions. She was like, I believe a lot of people in our company, a lot of distributors, even a lot of our leaders, they're getting lazy with the action. And she was like, you absolutely have to do the action. It's a double. Make the decision, do the action. Decision, do the action. And for me personally, we kind of went over just really sticking to a routine. And she kind of explained, like, 6 months ago, I started waking up at 4:45, and I was like, Amy Spence, you are crazy. And I was like, there is just absolutely no way. And she was like, Kylie, I hated it at first. Okay. Nobody wants to wake up at 4:45, but do you want to know who is waking up at 4:45 in the morning? The millionaires. The millionaires are awake before the entire world. And I was like, I've heard that before. This is like the second time I'm hearing it. You're totally right. And she's like, what time do you normally wake up? I was like, 8:00, like right when my daughter wakes up. And she was like, Kylie, you're waking up to all, like, having to take care of your child. You have no time to sit down and do, like, really dive into your personal development. Because she asked me, she was like, are you doing personal development? Girl, I love personal development. I will listen to podcasts. I will read books. I will journal, affirmations, Bible, devotionals. I do it all because I know I need it on a daily basis. But she just brought something to light about my personal development. She was like, you're doing it when your daughter is asking you for, like, breakfast. You know what I mean? Like, you're not even in a quiet space. You're not even, like, in a quiet, quiet time for yourself to, like, really pay attention, because personal development is supposed to change you. So she was like, you have to, like, change your schedule. You have to get up earlier. If it's 1 hour earlier, and, like, if that's all you can do right now, she was like, start with something small that you can do, right? Don't get up like 10 hours earlier. Just 1 hour before your kids get up, you have to have that quiet time to yourself to fill up your cup, right? Getting up 1 hour earlier than the kids was a big change for me. Yes, that's exactly what Amy Spence said. She was like, it's the biggest change. It was hard. I hated it, but 6 months later, it is like, I can just do it. No alarms, like no snooze buttons. And she loves it now. And I was like, that'll be me. You know what? I woke up at 6:57. I woke up at 6:57. My daughter wakes up at 8. So I had the call with Amy, what was it, yesterday. And so today I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. No more messing around. Yes. She was like, you have to do it. And she was like, you can do hard things, right? We can all do hard things. It is a choice if you're going to do that hard thing or if you're not. She was like, you have to get disciplined with your time. She was like, when do you sit down for a power hour? And I was like, well, normally 2:00, my daughter goes and takes her nap. Usually for the first hour, I'm trying to clean up the tornado that went through my house, because just the OCD coming in. And so that last hour, I'm trying to, like, sit down, catch up, and, like, work. And she was like, okay, you need to get disciplined with your time. Like, you have to keep to that power hour. You have to make sure that you are like doing the tasks on your list during that time. You're not scrolling, you're not cleaning, right? What else? She said, when you're doing host to post, it's going to bring people, it's going to generate leads. It's a non-negotiable. Stay consistent with host to post. She also talked about something really interesting, which was knowing your presence. Okay. So we all know that we work on TikTok, we work on Instagram, and we work on Facebook. Maybe some more than the other platforms, right? But she was like, I am not on Instagram all day, every day, like Cheyenne Knox. Excuse me. She was like, my jam is Facebook. So she knows that her jam is Facebook and she's going to just go ham on it. So I thought that was really interesting, like know your presence, because I know it can feel like, well, I got to go over to TikTok and like post these videos. Then I got to go to Instagram and post these stories. And then I got to go to Facebook. And she was like, I'm not saying like, don't hit every single platform. Just know like where your presence is, like where your followers are really having an impact from you, right? Find out what works for you and where works for you. Yes, so good. And then I kind of asked her a little bit about duplication, and she said, she was like, all I do is host to post. All I teach is host to post.
I love that.
I do host to post. I teach host to post. Like that is it. She's like, very first thing that I have my new distributors do is I have them put up a giveaway host to post. That is the very first thing that Amy Spence does with her new distributors. And she was like, teach your new people to do this. So that was the first page of notes. Okay,
I'm gonna just pop in real quick because I've been taking notes along with you. So I love when we get advice from top leaders, and it's the exact same advice that I've been giving you guys for a year. Focus on host to post, all host to post, giveaway host to post, most, if not all, at least 10 a day. That's my thing. It's like, once I've gotten up 10 giveaway host to post, if I want to do some product ones or some distributor ones, like then I do it. So, but making sure that you're not giving people the reason that we say that it's because it stops the train. The train stops as soon as you have someone put up a product post or a distributor post, because you're not, you might gain a few potential customers or a few potential distributors, but you've stopped growing your network the way that you can with giveaway host to post. So focus on host to post, focus on distributors. And it is about consistency. It's like, I would rather you guys get up 5 host to posts a day, but do it every single day than get up like 20 host to posts on one day and then not get up anymore, because it's about keeping the buck rolling. And I also love what she said about like, obviously getting giveaway host to post with a ton of comments is amazing, but like if you just got up 10 giveaway host to posts that got 5 to 10 comments each, like that's plenty. Like that's plenty from one giveaway post. So I love that advice as well. So then the other thing I wanted to say is, getting up earlier and having that quiet time. I absolutely love that. I know that there are all different schedules. I specifically, like my son literally wakes up at 5:45, and could I wake up at 4:30? I could, because I can do hard things, but my choice is to stay up later and to do a power hour later. So for some of you, it's not going to look like waking up even earlier than you already wake up. It's going to be about once the babies are asleep or you get home from work or whatever it may be, being intentional and not just sitting on the couch and kind of scrolling and answering a few messages and then like going to sleep. It's like, no, sit down at your table, sit down at a desk, set a timer for even just 30 minutes and like answer your messages and go through comments and make a post and send follow-ups and send messages. Like it's about the intentionality. Now, waking up early is incredible. And especially if you have kids, it's so important to have that like quiet time before they wake up for sure. But I think that whenever you can carve out that intentional quiet time, like for Kylie, like she was saying, like right when her daughter goes down, she cleans. Like, what if you flipped that? You know, what if like as soon as she was down, you set a timer for 60 minutes, you sat down and you just focused on your business. And then when the timer was up, you cleaned until Charlotte got up. Because then even after Charlotte gets up, you could still probably pick up a little bit. I know how toddlers are when they wake up, like they just want to sit on the couch with their sippy cup for a little while and like, you know what I mean? So it's like, even just little things like that you guys might be doing where it's like you're doing something and then you're doing your business. Well, what if you took that time to do your business first, just a chunk of your business, and then you did whatever else you needed to do that day? You would feel so much better about your business and you get so much better results, especially if you're doing it consistently. And I think that was it. Yeah. And then just being intentional, really, truly setting business time. I am the worst at being like, oh, I'm just gonna like work from the couch. But then like my husband's on the couch and he's playing a game and we're talking, or maybe I'm watching something, and it's like that's fine, but that's not intentional working time. So that should only be done after the intentional working time has been put in. And even 30 minutes, you guys don't even know how much you can do in 30 minutes. Most of us you don't know until you're like, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to clear my inbox, I'm going to send messages, I'm going to send follow-ups, I'm going to put up a post. And before you know it, it's like you've done like 25 to 30 messages, cleared your inbox, made a post, and like now you can go on with your day and you've actually like done what you needed to do. So those were my notes from your notes, but I love all of this so far. And like I said, I love when top leaders are like, yeah, what Hope's been saying for the last year, because that's how I've been with Host to Post. If anybody who's on a coaching call with me in the last year knows that I've been like, are you doing Host to Post? Are you doing giveaway Host to Post? What does your Host to Post conversation look like? Because that is truly where I have just found like it I know that it is stressful and overwhelming for people too, but it's fun. It's made my business fun again, doing these giveaways and getting up Host to Post and finding new people that way. Versus, I mean, you guys, I used to sit on Instagram and send 200 to 300 cold messages a day. Host to Post is way more fun. I promise you. You can get results from either one. I did it, but Host to Post is way more fun. So anyway, that's just what I wanted to add. Please go on with your notes.
Yeah, for sure. I only have a couple more things. So going off of what you talked about with intentionality, this is perfect because I need to be more intentional. And I think we can all use a little bit more intentionality. And again, you guys, this is going to be a choice for you. You get to make the choice. She said, we can do anything, but we can't do everything. And she was like, Kylie, it just seems, oh, I think I'm frozen again. Okay, I'm back. Whew. She was like, Kylie, just by talking to you, it just seems like you are just trying to do everything. And she was like, it's not fair to you. It's not fair to your business. It's not fair to your child. And it's not fair to your husband. She was like, we can do anything, but we can't do everything. And she was like, how this question really made me think. Okay. She asked me, she was like, how would you feel if you could be exactly where your feet are? I was like, whoo, chills. How would you feel if you could be exactly where your feet are? Meaning, when you're on the couch with your husband or your spouse, significant other, or your children, and you're watching movies, how would you feel if like that was all that you were doing and you were not like trying to reply back to Host to Post comments or make a bomb life post, or you know what I mean? So that just really, really hit me when she asked me that. And she was like, I would give anything to like have learned intentionality early on in my business. And she was like, this is also, I mean, how many of you guys have ever felt burnt out? Burnt out. I mean, we are in the planting season. Who is burnt out? And she was like, the intentionality that you discipline yourself with is going to prevent those burnouts that you have. Again, self-development, we went over that. And then, so going back to just real quick, we're not going to turn this like into church or anything, but like, y'all know, if y'all know me, y'all know I read my Bible. Okay. So she was talking about like, okay, let's talk about your schedule, your routine. You have to get up before Charlotte. And I was like, Amy, I have thought about that like so much, and I have like imagined it for myself for quite a while. And she was like, do you want to know what that is? That is God telling you to wake your butt up 1 hour earlier. And I was like, dang, he's been talking to me this whole time. So that was just kind of our notes. Again, literally everything was post to post. And then the very next thing was just being more disciplined with your power hours, the 30 minutes here, the 5 minutes there, and intentionality. You guys, if you are on the couch with your family, be on the couch with your family, because Amy Spence like literally almost started crying. She was like, if I had learned intentionality way earlier, she was like, and we have that opportunity, all of us, like, not me, but all of y'all youngins, we have that opportunity to like really seize the intentionality with our businesses. So that's my notes. Those are my notes.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. And like, I just love to hear her say that, because I know that like, that's a lot of like what me and Morgan and your other like lifetime rank diamonds and above have been talking about as like we're starting this new page, and just really working on like, how do we work this business differently? And I know like I've been in for 6 years, Morgan's been in for what, like 8.5 years, like something crazy. And we were talking about how, so much of the success that we found in the early years of our business was because we were literally just working to the bone. And there is something to be said for hustle. There is something to be said for massive, massive action. And we all know that. But like, if I could have, like, it's going to make me cry. Like if I could have known that I could, take a car ride with my husband and not be doing this the entire time. How many I don't know. My husband just said something like that to me the other day. He said, I just wonder, I wonder about all the moments that, like, obviously we've had a lot more time because of your business, and that's awesome. But I wonder in those small moments, like maybe what we might have missed. And it was just that was an aha moment. So I love that Amy Spence said that, because that's what I want for all of you. Like, how many of you want to like build an incredible business, have an amazing team, feel so good about yourself, and get to be all in with the people that you love, get to spend that intentional quality time, be the mom that you want to be, and be the business owner you want to be, and be the partner that you want to be. Like, you can have it all. And I love that she talked about just like choice, like you have this choice to be all in. And I think sometimes when we hear all in, this happened in our team chat the other day. I said, okay, are you guys all in with me, to get ready for boom season? And a couple of people said, what, I would be all in, but, and it's like, you're misunderstanding what I mean by all in. It's a mentality. All in is up here. It's not working your business all day, every day, 24/7. It's, are you all in on creating the life of your dreams? And the life of your dreams, hopefully this business is a big part of it. We want it to be a big part of it, the financial stability and the fun and all of the things. But it's, your dream life isn't being a diamond with it works. Your dream life is paying your bills and having a savings and buying a house and going on vacation and spending time with your family. That for most of us, our why, our like dream like revolves around the people who are close to us. So I just love all of this, and my life has been absolutely insane, and so there was a lot of this that I needed to hear too. But I would love to, I don't know, I know that Samantha's been working on it a little bit. I don't know who on our team would be down to start really like hosting some like consistent power hours. Maybe, maybe some of our East Coast girls want to get together and do like an early risers thing. I'm on the West Coast, so when Kylie's waking up at 6, it's 3 for me. So I'll pass personally, but and then I would love to start doing some like later ones as well.
Just real quick. So Amy Spence sent me like some different power hours that her leaders run. And there's a host to post one. It's early. I'll have to like check the times and like just make sure that I can send it to everybody.
Yeah.
But I was like, a host to post like power hour, that is where it's at.
Maybe even if you wanted to like get on it and like see exactly what they do, and then maybe other people could run one at a time that like works for more people. I know that everybody runs differently, so I'm not saying you have to get on Zoom. You do not have to get on Zoom to do a power hour. You can just set a timer for yourself, put some music in your or a podcast or whatever in your ears, and like just go for it. And I want you guys to do that. But I do also know there is a power in holding each other accountable and being on Zoom together, obviously like this. That is so amazing. Well, I absolutely love everything that she told you. She was on point. I'm so grateful that she was willing to do that for you so that you could come back and tell all of us about it. I want to just ask you really quickly. We have a couple more minutes. I just wanted to ask you really quickly, like, just if there's like a number one thing you feel like has made the difference between like the months that like you weren't enrolling as much as you wanted to shifting and getting your 4-in-1 this month. I didn't know if there was like anything in particular that you felt like was like just maybe 1 or 2 things that you felt like made the difference between like not enrolling what you wanted to and then like completing a 4-in-1 this month.
Yeah. So I really don't think there was any like lightning bolt that like went off. I just made a decision. Every single time that I caught myself scrolling. I would like intentionally just like physically stop myself and be like, nope, now you're going to go send out like 30 reach out messages for host to post. I had gotten like really serious. I signed a distributor. I signed a distributor and like got super excited about her and started teaching her, training her the 4-in-1, like from that board that we have. And she's been doing great, you guys. She has 1 distributor and like a couple more like BB. But she's almost got her 4-in-1. And like, I really don't think there was anything other than choosing to be disciplined when I caught myself doing things that I knew were not going to make my paycheck increase. And just being like, just putting my head down, right? I'm guilty. I will look left. I will look right. I will watch Hope all day long. I will watch Cheyenne Knox all day long. But I just chose like, okay, when I catch myself doing this, I'm just going to pivot. I'm going to pivot. And that's all that you really need to do. It's a choice. It's a decision. You have the power to make it every single day. We all do. And, you know, I'm still a work in progress. I'm still not like 100% consistent. But on top of that, just personal development. It's got to change you and you really have to pay attention to it.
Well, I think personal development is also the key to knowing that you have the choice and to knowing that you can pivot. Like, I think so many of us are so just stuck in that rut where, you know, when X happens, then I do YZ. And we just think that's the way that it always has to be. And when you learn more about yourself and you do personal development in a way that shifts how you think about yourself and how you think about the world and how you think about your habits. Obviously, a lot of us have been working with Wendy, and so learning more about your personality type, you can do that by yourself. You don't have to take a fancy course, you know, to learn more about yourself, but really just the more you learn your strengths and weaknesses, the more you can play into them and the less you're going to fall into those weaknesses. And that's if you know you're easily distracted, if you know you're too hard on yourself, if you know you're always waiting for the stars to align to sit down to do a power hour, if you know that you let little things bother you, like a post that you saw or a message that you got, if you know those things, they're a lot easier to like stop. I don't want to do that. I want to do this because what I want is through doing this, like you said, those income producing activities. I'm not going to find my dream life scrolling on TikTok. I am going to build my dream life reaching out to people and asking them if they're going to post for me and doing it every single day. So it's just having that, like you said, that discipline. But it's one of the things that I talk about. It's my favorite part of my self-love course that I just finished writing and is coming in January, is talking about how like discipline as self-love, loving yourself enough, loving your past self and the mistakes she's made and the lessons she's learned, who you are right now, and then who you want to become, and loving each version of yourself enough to like do the things that you need to do to make the life that you want to live. Not from a place of like, God, I suck so much, I need to sit down and do this, but from really like, I deserve this. My family deserves this. I deserve a booming business. I deserve to get up 10 hosts to post a day. I deserve to enroll 4 customers and 1 distributors at least every single month. And then you use that love and that energy and that excitement to discipline yourself to do the things that you need to do. I think sometimes we hear the word discipline and there's such a negative connotation, you know, and I want us to shift that. I want you to think of discipline as like the ultimate act of like self-love, chasing your dreams, chasing the life that you want. So I love all of that. And I am so proud of you, Kylie. There has been so many mountains and so many valleys in the last 3 years. This valley particular has been a doozy, but you are here. We are here together. Our team is here, and we are so ready to climb this mountain in 2022. It's going to be the best year yet. I can just feel it. So thank you guys for being on tonight. This recording will be up on my YouTube as soon as I get it up. And we will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye, guys.